Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistron, and I am reaching out to my Java students. The first thing I want to say to each and every one of y'all is kudos, 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 because you were able to make it through your first week and you were able to complete your assignments. Now, one of the things I want to bring up in this particular video log is ways to make sure you do better going forward. Remember, if programming is going to be your career, you have to develop a skill, a habit of doing things that can make a lot of more sense to the people you'll be working with. So I want to give clarity going forward. That way you will be able to mimic what I'm putting down here and then be able to utilize this going forward. The first thing you have to always remember, and remember this is the first step, is to make sure that you don't rush the programming. When you wait to Saturday and Sunday to do your assignment, and I know we got work, we got a lot of things going on in life, but when you wait to Saturday and Sunday, we may think, well, this is the time where I can relax, read my chapter, do my assignments, and that's when the time you're going to find you rushing yourself. So if you spread the work out through the week, you're going to notice you're going to produce better programs going forward. The second thing, so the first thing is just, take your time. Take your time. The second thing I want to stress is when you do your programming and you save it, upload it appropriate. So if it's chapter 1, label it exercise 1.3, and I'm going to show you an example as we go forward, or exercise 1.7. Some of you did that, so kudos to you, but it's hard when you give a program that you save a name, then I got to go in here and figure it out, especially if the program is not coded the way we actually write our program. So that's the second thing. Label it the appropriate way so we can be able to go in here and figure it out easy. That'll make it a lot easier on me. The third thing I want to do is I want to show you the program. Show you a few programs, and I'm actually going to send these to you with this video log. If you look at these particular programs, you notice that they're really clean. And I know you're going to say, well, Professor, this is my first time doing a program. Come on now, Professor, chill out. No. I'm not really laying a hammer down on you. I just want to help you have structure going forward. That's all. So if you can see in this program, which is exercise 1 and 7, you can see that it's really clean. It's not a lot of stuff in here. So compare these programs that I send you, and I'm going to send you 4 of them. So compare these programs to your programs and see where you particularly may have made a mistake. We want to make sure you get better, best, great in programming instead of just developing some habits that may in the future disrupt your path to becoming a solid and a concrete programmer. But don't even worry about that, because you're going to always be with a team of people who are going to help you enhance your skills. But we want you to go in there already having a skill set that is dynamic. So I'm going to send these to you, so as you go forward, you'll be able to say, okay, I created a program. So I do want you to sit there, write out your program, and then come back and say, where can I clean this program up? And if you have some problems, just reach out to me. We can take a look at it and we can potentially go ahead and clean it up. So that's the third thing, making sure that you have clean programs that gives a lot of logical sense in your programming. And don't worry, people, don't worry. I'm not hammering on you. I just want to make sure you develop some real good skills, because there's some people in this class, maybe not all of them, but some that's really want to be a programmer when they leave out of school or while they're in school. The fourth thing, and this is going to be the last thing, is I want you to pay attention to the rubric. early on I talked about the rubric, but I want to bring it up now because this is what I'm going to grade you on. Now, in these first programs, I didn't hit you really hard, but I know some people are going to come back and say, hey, Professor, let's have a conversation so I can see where I'm wrong. But in this as you proceed forward, make sure you print this rubric out and say, right here, when it comes to the code, student has completed all programming code. Make sure you can answer that question. Right here when it says program execute, the program execute completely. Make sure you can answer those questions, because when we have a conversation, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna say, hey, can you compile that program for me and let me see how it looks? And once you compile it, then I'm gonna see if what you compile match up with what I have. And that's only making you a better programmer. It's not to critique or criticize. It's to make you a better programmer. Because the quicker you can spot mistakes, the better you can become. And you want to be a real good programmer. I know you do. I want you to be that too. So those are 4 of the things that I want you to take a look at as you proceed going forward in this class. So, like I said earlier on, just going over the 4 again, make sure that you are taking your time. Number 1, take your time. Try to do your programming over the week instead of setting up 1 or 2 days where you just pound it out. 2, make sure that you label your programs appropriately so it's easy for the professor to grade. Because if I can't understand a program because I don't know which one it is, then I'm going to grade it accordingly to what I see. And if I understand which one it is, I'll get a better understanding of your logic and why you added extra in there to complete the program. 3, clarity. I said extra, so let's try to get clarity. Like I said, I'm gonna email you these files with this video log so you can see clarity, and just make sure. Now, this is really pretty clean, but this is from an expert programmer, and I'm just showing you this. I know that everybody knocked this one out. This was no problem. But as we go forward, I want to make sure that you are able to start now making sure your programs are clean. Remember, I'm grading you on that too, so that's important. And the last thing is make sure you read your rubric before you upload your programming. What's my style together? Did I execute this? What's the program running? What's the results of the program? What's the code on point? Make sure you pay attention to it really good, because this is what I'm using to decide what you should receive on the program. Now, with that being said, but with that being said, I think we're on a path of doing magnificent. You guys have stepped into this, and yes, we have women in the class too. So when I say guys, I hope women are not offended by that. But you are doing magnificent. Pat yourself on the back. Kudos to you, because you're stepping in this and you're ready to go. So these were some things I pointed out, and when you look at your grades, just reach out to me if you want to. We'll talk about it. We'll work it out. We'll go into Zoom, and we'll do some programs together. I have a couple of students that already reached out to me and said, can they have a meeting with me? I'm good. Hey, with this coronavirus, I'm in the house doing my work anyway, so it'll be all great. And I want you to be safe out there with this coronavirus. I know some of you have to go out there and work. Just make sure you're being safe. Have those 6 feet of distance so you will not be afflicted by this virus that's out there. With that being said, I'm hoping that I was able to answer a few questions you probably had doubt in. And if you didn't have doubt, you're already on the right path. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm signing off. If you have any questions, I'm okay to chime in. You can call me, you can text me, we can jump into a Zoom. Professor Sistrunk, have a magnificent day.